Today I'm going to talk about the meaning of the word Zulqarnain used in the Quran. And I'm going to talk about why it is important to understand this word in its true essence. Because this mention of Zulqarnain in the Noble Quran will lead us towards the wall of Yajuj Majuj and ultimately also the people of Yajuj Majuj. Do like and share our videos and subscribe our channel. So usually people use two interpretations of this word, Zulqarnain. One is the obvious one, the one with two horns. And the second one usually people refer to is that he will have an impact on two eras. And if you want to know who Zulqarnain is, you will definitely come across people who will interpret this name or this honorary title in this manner.
Another have said that Dhul Qarnayn is called Dhul Qarnayn because he would have his hair tied up in two, if you like, ponytails, if you like. And others have given other stories as well that he controls the east and the west, and in reality we do not know.
Dhul Qarnayn could mean the one who possesses two horns, or it could mean the one who impacts on two ages. Let us examine the second one.
So in order to understand the situation more clearly, we need to look at the verses in the Holy Quran and see in which scenario this name was mentioned. As I have previously mentioned in another video, that the mention of Zulqarnain was in response to questions asked by the Jewish scholars, as it also states in Surah Al Kahf, chapter 18, verse number 83, and they ask you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about Zulqarnain. So what was the question? The question was who was the traveler, and the answer in the Quran, he was Zulqarnain. Now it is important to remember that in the Holy Quran, the word Zulqarnain has been used as an honorary title. But even then, it must be a title that the Jewish scholars could associate with and recognize. But if the interpretation of Zulqarnain was someone who has an effect on two eras, of course one era being when he built that dam or that wall against the people of Yajuj Majuj, and the second era would be when these people would come out or break that barrier which Zulqarnain built.
Two ages, one in the past and the other one because of Gog and Magog in Akhiru Zaman.
But in such a case, the Jewish scholars who asked the question would not be able to relate with it, and placing of horns in the crown was something that only royalty did, and same was the case with Zulqarnain. Two horns means two states. So which two states did these two horns represent? Of course, those are the states of Media and Parsa, which formed the basis of the Persian Empire, as we have explained in detail in the previous documentary. But just by using the word Zulqarnain, we also get some assistance in establishing a timeline. The timeline during which these events occurred, which have been mentioned in the coming verses. And secondly, there is also another important point that is indicated in this ayah, as the translation of verse number 83 says, I will recite to you about him a report. So the word report is usually used for things which people are not aware of. In Arabic, it says minhu zikra. Minhu, about him, a remembrance, means something that is forgotten or not known. And who is this ayat being addressed to? This ayat is being addressed to the Jewish scholars. So that also in a way establishes that these Jewish scholars did not know about the events which have been mentioned in the rest of the verses, especially about the people of Yajuj Majuj. But still they kept quiet. And in case you haven't seen our other documentary, we have also shown a statue that was excavated from the tomb of Zulqarnain or Cyrus the Great, which clearly shows two horns in the crown of Cyrus the Great or Zulqarnain. But one other thing is also worth mentioning, that by using this name Zulqarnain, a variable which is a human being has been expressed as a constant, which is land or area, which is crucial for understanding the rest of the ayats. And by doing so, we can also test the validity of this claim that whether or not Cyrus the Great was Zulqarnain as mentioned in the Quran. This explanation was first presented by Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, who was a very respected and notable scholar, and his efforts were also admired by the rest of the scholars at that time. But these findings were unfortunately not included in the regular syllabus, which is presented to students all over the world. And because of that reason, normally people are mistaken over the identity of Zulqarnain or are simply unable to present a satisfactory answer. Alhamdulillah, by studying the verses of the Holy Quran, we have clearly established that indeed Cyrus the Great was Zulqarnain mentioned in the Holy Quran. Quran, who built the dam or the wall of Yajuj Majuj. And inshallah we will go through all these landmarks mentioned in the Holy Quran and show you the wall of Yajuj Majuj built by Zulqarnain. I hope you learned something today. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Jazakallah khair.
And the other one because of Gog and Magog in Akhiru Zaman. Who is Dhul Qarnayn?